A reading from the Gospel of Matthew. And when Jesus got into the boat, his disciples followed him. A windstorm arose on the sea so great that the boat was being swamped by the waves, but he was asleep. And they went and woke him up, saying, "Lord, save us, we are perishing." And he said to them, "Why are you afraid, you of little faith?" Then he got up and rebuked the winds and the sea, and there was a dead calm. They were amazed, saying, "What sort of man is this, that even the winds and the sea obey him?" How many times in our lives as disciples of Jesus have we been just like these disciples here, doing what Christ asked of us? In this case, they're rowing across, or they're getting across in their boat to the other side. He has just said, let's go to another shore. And so they've set off and they're doing what they've been called to do by God. And on the way, they find themselves overwhelmed by and tempest tossed by the winds, these external forces coming at them. And what do? They look for Jesus and find him not paying absolute attention at this moment. And they shake him awake and cry out, "We're perishing, help us." Jesus just responds with the question, "Why are you afraid?" The phrase is, "You have little faith." It can be heard as a rebuke, sort of like, why is your faith so small that you're afraid? But it also can be heard as an endearment. "My dear ones, my little ones," is another way to translate this. "Why are you afraid, my little ones?" And then Jesus rebukes all of these external forces and calms them to a dead calm, causing the disciples to marvel at the power that Jesus is able to command, at the power over the elements, even the elements of the wind and the sea, something certainly that would have been considered outside of human intervention, or human ability to intervene in, or human ability to control. And so we make this mistake, I think, in the church of looking at the storms and the tempests that arise in our lives, whether it's in our own personal life, in the life of our broader community, or even the life of our church, and imagining and alerting God, "We're in trouble, save us, we're perishing." And I can just imagine the loving voice of Jesus saying, "My dear ones, why are you afraid? My ones of small faith, even just a little faith, we still belong to Jesus." And so I can imagine very well on this day, Jesus saying to me and to others, "Don't be afraid. I'm with you, and I have the power to command the forces of nature, and therefore there's nothing outside of my purview. There's nothing outside of my desire to be a force for healing. There's nothing outside of creation, my core concern," says Christ. So we need not be afraid, even if scary storms might be blowing about us. We need to remember Jesus saying to us, "Why are you afraid, my dear ones? Why are you afraid? I'm with you." And so let us, as we go forward in our day today, in our week, in our lives together, especially in this community of St. James, as we continue to do the work that Jesus has asked us to do. Jesus has sent us out. Jesus has sent us out to another shore. Jesus has told us, "I want you to go, and I want you to go knowing that I am with you and that you need not be afraid." So may God be with you in your prayers for yourself, for any community that is tossed by the forces of this world, any place in life where there is suffering that feels out of our control. Let us remember what Jesus has told us. There is nothing to fear as long as he is with us, and he is always with us. May God be with you in this day, and may God bless you and keep you this day and always. Amen.